Yeah, man playing Snake.
Hello and welcome to First Week Flip Phone, where we trade in our smartphones for flip phones. This is Flip Phone Diaries, month 3 of the 2018 challenge. And we're at the end of the week, and Alanna has something for me. What have you got there, Alanna?
Got your smartphone. You've been asking for the last 24
Hey,
hours.
don't tell them. Well, on that note, can you confirm to the folks that since my boy Nobide passed on the sponsor role to you this week, I have been faithful to my flip phone?
Yes, he's been a flip phone faithful.
Wouldn't dream of harming this one. So Alanna, we are right now in Littleton, Colorado, halfway through a bike ride from Colorado Springs to Denver. Can you tell these people why we're doing this madness?
Sure. Lawrence has joined me for the last 2 days on my cross-country bike tour. It's called The Beautiful Crossing. You can check it out at beautifulcrossing.com. I'm also on Instagram and on Facebook. I'm biking across the US and interviewing people who came to the United States as refugees.
And I can assure you, if you check out her website, there's just a treasure trove of wonderful materials, including an awesome video that your friend animated, right?
Yeah. It's a video that's done with kind of drawing animation, explaining the U.S. Refugee Admissions Program for people who don't know how it was started and where we are right now, and whether or not there are refugees who are currently coming to the United States.
Folks like me, I now understand, and it's truly a really important issue, and the stories that her interviewees tell is just a wonderful way to see the real life impact of the cost of the program. But I'm interested in the fact you have an Instagram account with this, because if I recall correctly, when I first met you in Chicago 2 months ago, you were doing what I thought were doing First Week Flip Phone, because you had your hand-drawn maps and your dumb phone, as you call it. So what happened there, Alanna?
Unfortunately, I sold my soul for the smartphone, and I had to get a smartphone for this project. I'm using it to do my interviews, to do audio recordings, be on Instagram, spread word, and use it for GPS. But I miss the dumb phone lifestyle, and I applaud you, Lawrence, in your project, and give you a lot of luck going forward, and whoever else wants to take on the flip phone challenge.
Well, there we go. Well, I guess it's come to that time where it's I'm going to say goodbye to this for another 3 weeks. But I believe that firstly you have a few questions for me.
You can't have this yet. Questions. First question, have you had a conversation with anyone this week that you otherwise wouldn't have talked to if you had had a smartphone?
There have been quite a few actually, probably in the double figures. Probably every day there's a conversation you have, be it asking for directions, you're curious about learning more about something and you can't just look it up. I'll probably give a shout out to 2 of my personal highlights as they represent, me moving to Boulder this summer. So the first one was I needed to go to the grocery store, and usually I would probably, a bit lazy, probably just jump in an Uber, chuck the grocery bags in there. But instead I got on my bike, you'd be very proud, and the wonderful thing that happened was I chanced upon this horde of cyclists in Boulder, Colorado saying "Happy Thursday" to me. And it turns out it's a weekly occasion of a cruiser bike ride.
Wow.
And I saw a wonderful individual in all fur. He had a pelt hat on. He had a Ron Burgundy coat with no top. And Tyler Milligan asked me to join the ride. And he's now wants to write a piece about First Week Flip Phone for his wonderful futurist website, futurescope.com. So he obviously thinks there's something going forward in the digital detox in the future.
Question number 2. Have you gotten lost during this week at a time when otherwise you would have pulled out your smartphone and used your GPS?
Hey, I've got to. I'll keep this one shorter because I've got to say I've got to blame this one because I couldn't do any of the navigation for this. I'm purely along for the ride, quite literally. And Alanna, why don't you say what? I decided to take the lead, and what happened.
Lawrence took the lead. I was going a little slower up the hill, and he almost went all the way down, missing our turn coming off. So it would have been a long trek up.
But fortunately, I knew that I should probably wait for this one to finally make it up, and she directed me back to the previous turn. Final question for me?
Question number 3, final question. what are you going to do different this week with your smartphone usage now that you completed this week of the challenge?
So I appreciate that question because that is really what this is all about. We don't actually think, I'm sorry Tyler, we don't actually think that the future is with this. We think that the future is learning from this, using that. And I think one of the great things this week has been when you're on T9 texting, you don't want to text. You just pick up the phone and give them a call and you get it done. And that's why I was so amused to discover the fortune cookie that I received at Panda Express last night. If I can dig it out.
Lawrence's first time at Panda Express.
Thank
For
you.
those watching.
Yes. His first time
He's
using a wallet as well, evidently.
lost the precious fortune.
We'll keep it rolling. We may have to jump ahead a little bit here.
Where did I put it? I do remember what it said, but I want to show the folks. Show rather than tell. Well, Alanna, why don't you tell them what yours said in the meantime?
My fortune said something beautiful is coming, something beautiful is ahead. So my project is called The Beautiful Crossing. So it seems
Very
like
Very auspicious, and I will just show the folks what mine said. Now I finally dug it out.
Call a friend, your voice will bring a smile. What do you think?
keep calling people, Lawrence. Keep calling.
So there we go. So
Direct
now,
communication.
I think it's now that time. One other thing I might change. I haven't told you this yet. I'm actually not going to be able to make too much use of this as I didn't actually bring my key to unlock the SIM card holder. So first week flip phone is going to become first 8 days flip phone for July. So on that note, there's only one thing left to say.
What?
See you on the flip side.
See you on the flip side.
Nokia man playing Snake.